Thoughts are always flowing through our minds. We always have thoughts going on. And when we sleep, we call them dreams or just flutters. We call them different things when we're sleeping. Because when we're sleeping is when our subconscious mind takes over. So when you're sleeping, you have a subconscious mind that is sending you dreams, which could be inspiration. It could be something you need to do. It could be reliving something in your past. It could be reliving something that's going to happen. It could be a vision. There's just no explanation exactly why the subconscious mind gives us dreams and what happens, other than they are an inspiration for things that are going to come or things that we need to do. But thoughts are always coming with no purpose at all. They just, throughout our day, you may be working on something specifically for your business or for your growth or for your income, and all of a sudden you have thoughts just come floating through for no apparent reason, and that happens. It's just part of our mind because our mind never stops. Think about it. Your conscious mind, while it's awake, the only time it sleeps is when the subconscious mind is working when you're sleeping. But the conscious mind is always working. And there's so many thoughts with no purpose at all, and there's so many thoughts with a purpose. Now, I called this header the 10x energy versus the 40x energy. And I'm going to explain that here. When we're talking about the forces of energy and the power of energy comes from our bodies. It comes from everything around us. Everything around us is energy and has energy. So when you look at that and you're thinking, what can I do to help that to go in my favor? So knowing your words are very powerful, and your words hold a lot of energy and a lot of pull for the energy, for the universe, for everything around you. So I've had someone recently ask me why I always choose the path less traveled. And I've answered this for that person and several other people throughout, different trainings and whatnot. But I'm going to answer that for you here today because I feel like it's very important. And I feel the more people I can reach with this message, the better it's going to be for everyone out there who is struggling with this particular thing. So the reason why, long ago, way back when I was a young kid, a young girl, I learned from a neighbor, from a friend, about the two paths. You have a path that is traveled and a path that is less traveled. And as a kid, I always thought, well, I'm going to take the path where everybody else is going so I can get where I'm going, so I won't get lost. Because back in the day, and still today, let me just rephrase that, I have a tendency to get lost. And it takes me a while sometimes because I take a wrong turn, which is because in my mind, I'm always on the path less traveled. Because back in the day when I would say, okay, I'm going to take the path that is well traveled, I'm going to follow the masses down this path so I can get where I'm going, and I can learn what they're doing, and I can get value from that, and I can learn that, and I can learn those steps. And my friend, an elder lady, she'd say, are you sure you want to take the path traveled? And I would say, oh yes, definitely. I want to follow everyone else. I want to get there in one piece. I want to get there. So as I grew and as I learned and throughout the years, and she would ask me, how's those paths going for you? Are you still on the path that is well traveled? And one day I said to her, you know what? I'm going to let that path go. Because I'm finding that knowing now that 3 to 5% of the community, of the people, of the planet, of the whole world have the success of financial success that they desire. I said, and I want to be in that group. I want to be that person that has that success. And I said, well, what I can figure out in talking is the only way I can figure out is that if I take the path less traveled, yes, I'm going to walk through bramble bushes. Yes, I'm going to have ruts in the road. Yes, I'm going to have roadblocks. Yes, I'm going to skin my knees. Yes, I'm going to fall down numerous times. Yes. But I learned for me, and I'm hopefully this will work for you also, is when I take the road less traveled. Yes, I am taking the hard road. I am not following the masses. But what I'm doing is I'm learning skills as I go down this path. And I'm always on the path less traveled, and I'm learning from the people I meet up on this path who are doing what I do, who are learning what I'm learning, who know already what I want to learn. Therefore, that path may be hard, that path may be dangerous, and that path may be very expensive. But you know what? What I've learned in my years along this path is by taking the path less traveled, I have put out those energies. And by using the words that I put out of, I'm doing this, I don't care what it takes, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I'm getting better and better every day. Those are positive words. Well, positive words only have a 10% energy flow. I know, what do you think of that? That is so silly. Really, 10%? But it's been measured. So when I learned that, and I'm like, I'm on the road less traveled, right? Because that's my path. That's what I choose. No matter what, I'm always on the path less traveled. And now I know, and I've known this for several years now, and I thought I need to share this with you because you need to know this also, is the words that I speak, the words that I feel, the words that I say, the words that I voice out gives it energy. Anytime you voice a word, it gives it energy. So I learned that 10% of the good words I say is only 10% energy. So then I thought, well, and I work very hard not to say negative words. And if I catch myself, I usually backtrack myself immediately and put in a happy, good word on top of that. Because, get ready, here it comes. This is the bombshell. Negative words, the words you say against yourself. Oh, I hate doing that, or that's never going to work for me. I don't like that person. I don't like doing that. That is so stupid and awful. I don't care for that. Those are words that have a 40% energy rate. 40% energy from a negative word. And why is that? Because number one is growing up. I don't know how you guys grew up or whatever, but look at the people growing up. When you grow up and you hear negative words all around you, you learn to say those words. You learn to feel those emotions. You learn to be what your parents were, what your grandparents were, whoever is around you. You learn to be in that zone. Not good. Not good at all. So those 40% energy, that is a negative energy. And negative energy is like a fungus that just flows and grows and just comes along everywhere and everything. Sorry about that. That is something you don't want around you. I would rather have a 10% positive energy flowing through me, coming to me, from me, around me, than I would a 40% negative word. Because when you take 10% times 4, that is a 40% energy. 40%. That is a bad energy rate. So when you have the habit of voicing something that you don't want, or I won't get that, I don't like that, that's not coming for me, I know that's not happening to me. When you do that, those negative words tend to come freely. They tend to come just flowing to us. And when we do that, we don't want that because those are emotions that are attached to those. And then you have to work to get those gone out of your being, out of who you are. And that could also be a reason why maybe you're not making the sales. Maybe you don't have the recruits on your team. Maybe you're not making the money you want to have in your business, in your income. Maybe that's not coming to you because you keep pushing out that negative energy, which is negative words, which is a 40% vibration. That is really, really strong. So make a choice right now, today. Please make a choice in your own life, in your own way, to use your words carefully every day. And sometimes, as you're starting out, you have to be a little bit more cautious of your words. And when you catch yourself saying a negative word and you can feel the emotion attached to that word, just remember that is a vibration. That is a vibration that comes and flows through us, to us, with us. It is a vibration. So actions are the energy flowing freely through our psyche, our energy level, our minds, our bodies, all around us. So remember, a positive is a 10% energy base. That's 10%. I would rather have that 10% being a positive and leading me down the right path. And when things aren't going your way, and they won't, it's just normal human nature, it's normal life. Not everything is going to go right for us every single day, at every single minute. We have to look at what is going right and what we can do to correct what isn't going right. Think about it. It is that easy when you get it out there and you let it happen and you bring everything full circle. When you feel down and you feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? How this isn't going right. My business is not successful. I'm not feeling the success. I'm not feeling the strength. I'm not getting any sales. Or I'm not getting hardly any sales. Or I'm getting a few sales. But what can I do to bring it back? When you start second guessing yourself and you start not being who you're meant to be, the answer is always within you. So stop and ask yourself, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I saying? What am I doing? Everything you think, you say, you do is energy. So as you're growing your business, as you're growing your income, as you're growing this part of your life forever and ever, as you're doing this, ask yourself repeatedly, the answer's within you. Am I taking the road less traveled, or am I taking the road that's traveled? It's up to you. You may find you need the road that's traveled. You may find you need to be in that group of people that makes you feel safe, or whatever it is, as you're growing and learning. Like I said, I take the road less traveled because I want to be with those people out there that are definitely successful. They're doing what I want to do. They're already doing it. Why not learn from them? They have the income that I am striving to do. And that's what I started out in the beginning. That's what I wanted. And that's what my friend said as she was teaching me the law of attraction and all the stuff that I didn't even realize at the time, was I wanted to be in that road less traveled once I got past wanting to be with the group, wanting to be safe, wanting to be in that field of energy. I failed, and I failed miserably when I switched paths. And that's okay, because you know what? It taught me lessons. It taught me that my income was there. All I had to do was work for it, strive for it, and be in the vibrational field to receive it. So I learned my words. I learned to take the words I was using and turn them into positive words, turn them into growth words, to growth words that meant something for me, that were growing for me, that were being prosperous for me. And when I did that, everything changed. The money came, the cars came, the houses came, the trips came, everything came when I did that. So I always like to offer people training, and I always like to offer you guys something good that's going to help you to grow your income, to grow your success, and to be who you need to be. But that's up to you. So definitely, I do have a link for you. So it's in the header. And you know what? They keep messing up this system. I don't know which way it is. I think it's at the top somewhere. Maybe it's in the middle. I don't know. But I put it up there, so I don't know where it's going to end up. So definitely get in there, learn some skills, and if you have any questions, please let me know, because I prefer the 10% positive energy to the 40% negative energy. Okay, I'll talk to you later.